The YouTube.
El YouTubo. Son of a bitch.
Tumbo.
Well, it's not Conjunction Junction.
What the?
You having issues over there?
Don't we all?
Are we live?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Do it.
We are.
Play the music.
We are, and I can't get anything to go. I don't know what the hell's going on.
All right, hot.
I am trying.
I know you are.
Jesus, Morty.
Fuck.
Of all the weeks not to have the music, this is the one. Good.
And you'll see
Christ.
that
I
in
don't
6
know.
weeks
I
when it
can't even
happens
get
again.
a fucking steady shot of my.
But you look good.
You
All
just
right,
dropped.
fuck it. If
I look like shit because I look like a fucking still picture. Just let's go.
without the music, I'm going to tell you now, welcome to the Halloween episode of Dysfunction Junction. But instead of talking about Halloween, this is going to be Herm's show. Get ready. Strap yourself in, kids, because if you've never heard Herm rant, you're going to have a blast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your feet up, grab a
We're not
beverage, have a
hearing
good
shit.
time.
I'm going to figure out what's going on.
You're not hearing
hang
us.
on, guys.
Okay. Lay low. Don't know what's going
Hold
on. Gotcha.
Lay low, sweet.
At least your picture
carrier.
moved. Now you look like confused Billy Joel.
Confucius say.
I'm lost.
In a lost world.
Everybody's here. I just don't know what
Yeah.
the hell's going on. Everything is slow. I have no video signal. It's dropping in and out. I have no bandwidth. I have no idea what's going on with a 2 gig fiber optic system.
That's nuts,
There's
dude.
nothing on the computer that's running that's supposed to. I have
That's
no idea what's
That's
going
crazy.
on.
All right. Well, since you're all
Unless
with
this
us
is a
live,
them problem.
yeah. Since you're all with us live,
Because-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's odd because your signal is good. Like, yeah, full spike.
Yeah,
we
you're.
probably have audio, but the video sucks. So
All right. I could sing the song for you, but I'll sing a different
Please
song.
don't.
Say my name and I
No, that's-
appear.
we've got audio.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dropping in and out. It's full and then it's out, and then it's full and
Herm,
then
Herm,
it's out. And then
since the show runs, if
full
you
and
back
then
out,
it's out. So I
Yeah.
have no idea.
I would say back
guys
out and
are
come back.
rock-
Herm, back out and come back in. We
Yeah,
can run
back-
this. Yeah.
Back all the way out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're sorry for the technical difficulties. It's got to happen. It's bound to happen. Say our names and we appear. Welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for filling in for Herm. My name is Chris Burns, otherwise known as Joe Hendry this week. With me, as always, is ZZ Bat himself, the one and only Chris Lynch.
ZZ Batman.
Are you going to fucking die? Seriously, can you stop
No.
for 30 seconds?
Shut up.
I did shut up. You can't. I still love you, always have. And of course, when he signs back in, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair. And this year, as
Can't
opposed to
sign
2
out.
years.
If I sign out, the show shuts down.
Okay, fair enough. But hey, you know what?
Remember when I leave
He-
the studio at the end of the show shuts down?
That's a good point. But hey, for right now, you're doing great. If you didn't see his picture, he'll put it up again. 2 years ago, he called himself Fat Billy Joel. After a tremendous weight loss over the last 2 years, he is regular-sized Billy Joel. Please welcome the producer extraordinary, the man with no hair, Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What's up?
Thank you. I was waiting for that. So, I did a thing today. I went out for lunch, and I happened to drive by the Home Depot, and I saw this little Mexican kid looking for work, And I know our show budget isn't great. I mean, our show budget is basically zero. But I hired him for one day. Got him lunch. I got a beer runner. So Javier is here with me in the studio tonight. So when I say, Javier, cerveza, he's going to grab, watch, I'll show you how this works. Javier, cerveza.
Sí, señor.
Let's go. Do it. Cerveza.
That's
Sí, señor.
Thank you very
That's
much. I
not-
hired a
that's
Mexican.
not offensive to anybody at all.
Who gives a fuck? Javier got himself a job and he got chicken wings.
What do you pay him in SNAP benefits?
Chicken wings and beer is what I'm paying him.
Okay.
Does it matter? I gave a guy a job with the government shut down. This dude needs help. So I hired Javier and he's here and he's my beer runner for this show and for Speedway Review. I don't have to get up anymore. It's a beautiful thing. And he got fed. So
Sí, señor.
thank you, Javier. Appreciate that.
I think that bleach blonde is rotting your brain.
Really? Because right over here, I got a Mexican kid handing me beer. Tell me my brain is rotted. I got the guy.
Okay.
Exactly. Say my name and I appear. Halloween is in a couple days. I hope you guys are all going to have a great festive time. I had a great time. Not only did I go as Joe Hendry, I won funniest costume of 2025. This is a homemade trophy made by the hostess of the party, Gina Bingham. And yeah, first, you've seen my trophy from 2 years ago, most original. Now I am funniest. And it just goes on from there. Next year, I'm gunning for best costume overall. Hello, Ryan Springer in the comment section. Much love to Javier. Javier, you have a fan in the comment section. Ryan loves you. But
Well,
if
that's very
anybody
nice.
if anybody doesn't have a quick hit, I said it on the interwebs. This is Herm's show because I cannot wait. If you've never heard Herm rant, it's going to be something special. So, Lynch, do you have a quick hit for the week?
I don't think so. I mean, same old shit as always over the last week. The world still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Government's still shut down.
Yep.
People are still crazy.
I mean, the closest thing I have to a quick hit was that baseball game last night tore the ass out of me. I watched the entire thing. History
I
in the
wish I had
making.
watched it.
Oh, and look, I'm rooting for the Blue Jays, but to watch Freddie Freeman hit that walk-off home run in the 18th inning,
So
fantastic.
We went out last night to the Beam House in where the fuck that is. That's not Middletown. It's
Cromwell?
yeah, kinda. And they were doing a sponsorship for the rescue. X amount of proceeds goes to the rescue for the night, and they were doing a hot dog themed night. You know, it was teenies
Oh,
and
yes.
weenies.
I saw the
Martinis
picture.
Martinis and weenies. Hot dogs,
Martinis
yeah,
and weenies.
they were hot dogs.
I got you.
No great shakes. But I started watching the game at the bar. I'm like, this is gonna be a good game. And like one of the girls that was there with me, she's like, "Who do you got in this game?" I was like, "I don't know who I have in the series overall." I'm like, "They're both playing really good baseball." And then I got home and I put it on, and I was like, "I'm really tired. I was just gonna go to bed. Maybe I'll watch it in bed." Nope. What did dumbass do? I came upstairs, played 2 rounds of Call of Duty Warfare, went downstairs, and passed the fuck out.
And that's where you blew it because I wouldn't have played Call of Duty nothing. My interest in this series is one name and one name alone. That's Don Mattingly. And I want to see him get his ring, but that game was so tight. It was amazing. And I was talking with my friend Justin on the phone during this game, and it got to be, I think, the 15th inning. I'm like, oh, this will be over soon. You go, I go. You know, I'll see you when I see you, yada, yada, yada. 3 more innings, an hour and a half later. It's like past 3 in the morning when this game ended on the East Coast.
What time was it?
Like almost, if not 3, it was just past 3 in the morning.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And
Wow.
while I'm not worried about myself because I have Tuesdays off. I was worried about those folks that were at the ballpark. I was worried about the ball players. Like, dude, it's 3 a.m. and you got to get up tomorrow. You got to work out. You got another game tonight at what, 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern time. They're going to be drained, but you know what? They're professional athletes. Let's see how they do. Game 4 is tonight. Go Blue Jays. Do it for Donnie. That's all I got. That game was longer than shit last night.
I'm
But-
hoping for more of the same.
As close as these games have been, with the exception of game 1, where Toronto just blew the pants off of the Blue Jays. What's crack-a-lackin', y'all? JB's in the comment section. What's up, JB? Seattle guy. To watch this series, with the exception of that game 1 where Toronto blew that one inning out and got 6 runs and just tore the ass out of them, this has been tight. I want more of this. I love competitive series.
Yeah, I'd rather it be not one-sided. It's just like a Super Bowl too. I mean, I want to see an actual football game being played as opposed to somebody's just going to dominate. Same thing with the World Series.
Sure.
And this pairing is bred of competition.
Oh, absolutely. Because
I mean,
on one side,
two of the best lineups in the world going
both
head to head.
both powerful offensively and defensively. You have Ohtani, who is a double threat, offensive and defensive. Toronto has some of the best fielding percentage in the league all year long. They've been beasts, but they were quiet beasts because New York had the division up through and including about late July, and then Toronto took over and never looked back.
Right.
And it was all on defense. They do have some explosive offense, but those games that they won to propel themselves to the American League East, champion, if you will. I hate saying that because I don't like division championships. I think it's dumb. There's the championship at the end. And I've said that about racing and football and all sorts of things. But man, you don't get where you are if you suck. And these guys really put up. And a lot of credit has to go to not only their pitching staff, but their defense. I'm hoping, like you said, for incredibly tight, competitive games going forward. If I can teach Javier how to work the gimmick, he'll give us updates throughout the game when it starts. I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern. So go Jays, do it for Donnie.
I do have one thing I want to say quickly, and then we'll just move on to the rest of the show. Coming up a couple of days, SNAP benefits could potentially be gone for good until the government turns back on. And I just want to say, for me personally and my house, that if there's anything anybody ever needs, feel free. I mean, my resources are your resources if you really need them. Even if it's just a phone call, a text, whatever to get you through it. It sucks.
Yeah. If you're in the Norwich area, I do volunteer work at St. Vincent de Paul up on Cliff Street, and their food pantry is always open. I know there are some in the buzzword emoji crowd that think that, because they say something, it's true, and I'm some sort of demon. No, I do volunteer work. Lynch knows this. Herm knows this. St. Vincent de Paul has a food pantry. If you're receiving SNAP benefits and they shut down on November 1st, like it looks like it's going to happen, go see your local food pantry. Come to St. Vincent de Paul. Mention my name because obviously I'm a volunteer there. Get yourself what you need. This is ridiculous on a lot of levels, but both sides are equally retarded.
Yeah, and for you seniors out there, make sure to contact your senior center.
Absolutely.
I know they have some resources. Fire departments. A lot of fire departments will have extra water on reserve, like bottled water and shit like that. They tend to stock up on around shit like this when it happens because they anticipate the need. But yeah, I just want to get through this part of the bullshit and end the year somewhat positive.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's not looking as good as I thought it would by day 28.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Like I said to you in the chat the other night, when Bernie Sanders is kind of even spot on about what's going on here, that's saying something.
Well,
he's pretty liberal.
and as I said to you, when the same Democrat, and I'm not picking on Democrats, you out there, I'm picking on Democrat lawmakers. So nobody gets hot and nobody tries to firebomb my house because I happen to say something you didn't like and your panties got in a little bit of a kerfuffle. Democrat lawmakers are ignorant. Regular ass Democrats, what you need to look at is John Fetterman, who said, I put country first, politics second. I want the country to reopen. I have voted now 12 times to reopen the government, and my constituents, my partners, my party has voted no. It's time to end the bullshit. A guy who had a stroke is more sane than AOC, but that doesn't surprise me.
Well, you posted this, and I think other people I've seen this posted throughout the last couple of weeks. Just remember, folks, a country that can feed you can also starve
I
you.
want it to go another month.
Exactly. What Herm? What?
Herm said he wants to go another month.
I want it to go another.
Why?
I want it to go another month.
Explain.
Because society is 3 fucking meals. Because society, as a whole, we are 3 fucking meals away from total revolution and total fucking end of the world situations, dude. Basically, when it comes down to for survival is when you miss 3 meals in a row, you start doing whatever the fuck you need to do to eat. That's when the end of the world and the real shit's gonna happen.
I don't
One more
disagree with
month,
that.
and you will see an amazing fucking thing. Look it up. The world is 3. Look the statement up, and you'll see where it comes from. But the world is 3 meals away from the end of the world, pretty
But
much.
would it?
That
But
type
would
of
it? All right, stop to think for a minute. But
situation.
would it be
Yeah,
amazing?
because people get desperate. Yes, because for food, 3 fucking meals in a row is really all it takes for people to start getting desperate enough to be desperate enough.
Yeah,
3 meals in a row
and
is really what it takes.
and you got to look at how societally we are conditioned.
It's not a made up number. Yeah,
No, it's
3
true.
meals in a row. I'm not saying 1 and catch a meal and miss, but 3 in a row, literally for a day. And what do I have to do to get some food? And now it's about your survival over somebody else's, and that's when the clicking and in your head and the way you start to think, that's where that change happens. But that's where that whole breakdown of everything comes from.
Well,
in Israel,
that's your
in where Hamas is in Gaza, and any of the places like Somalia, any of those places where the food is so desperate, and you've got people that need food, somebody else is restricting it, and you look and see how desperate they become for food, and they start doing dumb shit. Survival instinct kicks in, and it gets really bad.
Can you bring up JB's comment? Billy Joel has a point. Anarchy would essentially happen, and morals would get thrown out the window.
Thank you. I could not think of the fucking word, sir. But the world is 3 meals away from chaos.
Yeah. But my issue,
that's pretty much the statement.
We're 20 minutes in, and Herm has a rant, and I don't want to short shift you. But
it's not really a rant. I want to talk about I just want to discuss it.
I think no.
Like we
stop.
all saw that shit.
If I've known you for 1 minute and I've known you for 40 years, I know this is going to be a rant. It's going to be fun. I know this intrinsically. You don't need to convince me. Okay, I'm on your side. However, if this goes to anarchy, which I think it could, Where does it stop? Does it stop at food or does it go to televisions? I just saw somebody recently post something about don't go shopping on Black Friday and tank the economy. Well, that's wholly un-American. Why? What are you doing? You know,
You're trying to prove. I get it. You're trying to prove a point, but you're
Well,
only hurting your in the
I'd
long
have
run.
to
You're
s-
only
I'd
hurting
have to s-
yourself.
correct.
Well, I would have. Well, wouldn't react. I wouldn't react to that. I would have questions. That's all. I wouldn't have any reaction to that. My reaction is from what direction are you coming from? Because if you look at it the way that most people do when they do Christmas shopping, you will tank the economy to a degree because the amount of money that people pay with credit over Christmas and finance is horrible. And
Mhm.
that's right now, that much debt for everybody right now wouldn't be good. And
I love-
if that's the front porch he's coming from, he's correct.
Mhm.
But
I,
if it's not, I still have, I got questions.
I love the fact that JB in the comment section has watched this show a couple times. He's been in the comment section a couple times, referred to you not as Herm, but as Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
No,
got a
Billy
point,
Joel
motherfucker.
got a point. Billy Joel got a
Billy
point.
Joel got a point. There
Give
you
us
go.
a point, said the piano man. Make it a good.
Give a
point.
point
I mean,
and
it's been-
we appear. I knew I could get Lynch on that one. But ladies and gentlemen, the teaser was
dear
we're going
Lord.
to talk about Netflix documentary, The Perfect Neighbor. And Lynch and I watched this before Herm did. And we had, quiet civil discussion to see the stuff that Herm said when he was watching this documentary. Oh God, I said this is going to be fun.
This is
When
nuts.
Herm
I'm just saying.
this is a whole show all in itself. And I said, Herm, take the wheel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without further ado, let's give it up for Michael P.S. Herman.
Yeah, it's not really that big a deal. I just want to discuss it. It starts out and she's quiet, and she seems just a, typical Karen. You know what I mean? And I got no problem using that word because I'm in the food industry and I deal with them bitches all day long. No, we can't do that with your food. That's why we have a menu. This isn't create your own dish night. Have a good day.
It's not Mongolian barbecue. You don't get to put your own shit in the gimmick.
She never really you never hear her say black. You never hear her say anything racially. You know what I mean? If you think about it, there's really not a lot you hear her say about, them black kids. It's those kids. All right. So it's kind of hard to catch what I felt was probably not necessarily racism, but we learned in the show that she was attacked at some point. Remember, she states that she was attacked, and early in the beginning that somebody attacked her, I think like assault with
Right.
tried to rape her. Am I wrong in that? Didn't somebody try to do that? Didn't she say that to one of the police officers at one of the visits?
She did,
because the whole show is fucking camera footage from body cam.
Without
body
giving,
cam.
without giving away
So
the
with
end,
her giving that,
the person that assaulted her was not the person that ended up at the crux of what we're talking about. It was somebody different.
Basically, she was just paranoid.
Yeah, but this is
No, not at all.
This happened. Go ahead.
It was a previous experience,
right?
But I think that previous experience, right, led to what she was. She was literally
the shelf
worried about anything close to her. She also didn't understand with the rental what her property actually was. The rental didn't have property. The rental was literally the driveway driveway and the domicile. Sent to the house that she rented that had no property.
Mhm.
So the cops were like, "What the frig?" Literally, they have to show up. They have to talk to her, but she doesn't want to hear that, ma'am. There isn't. They haven't done anything. It's just weird.
Right. There's no crime committed. We're here because you called us.
It was easy.
Yeah. To break this down, and Herm is clipping in and out. It's guys, hang with us. Stick with us. We'll get Herm 1,000% locked and loaded. What happened is every time that this woman had a kid run across her lawn, or they're loud in the street. Look, I've lived in Marion County in Florida. This happened 5 miles from where my brother lives. When they show some of the footage, I can pick out those spots that they were at, especially in front of the sheriff's office, in front of it was down closer to Silver Springs, but there's a lot of places I recognize.
When I was watching that, I'm like, Burns, you must know where this is, because this shit sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. Because when I lived down there, I was totally texting you like, yeah.
Yeah. But it was just 20 years ago.
It's not the low rent district, but it's I'll say lower middle class.
Middle income. It's lower middle income.
Very cool people. Yeah, very cool people, very chill people. But this woman was outside of the norm.
Well, this is a very important part. You bring up a very important point of what I get out of this documentary: family-oriented community. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's kids play with each other. Everybody knows every other neighbor by name, except for this woman.
Oh yeah, it reminds.
They know her name only because the police are involved every time there's an interaction.
The kids all started calling her the Karen.
Yeah, the Karen.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how the neighborhood knew her, because that's all she literally she was the embodiment of that of that usage of the word.
That phrase, yeah.
That's all they knew. That's all they knew her as.
So what at the end, when I read that this documentary was put together by a friend of the cousin of the woman who died, or like a good friend of the family, and it's all told through body cam, much like the Chris Watts story there.
That was a great point that you made in the group chat. Was like, this is a lot like Chris Watts.
And I like watching shit like that because it's unfiltered and it's not an interpretation. And it's not somebody retelling the story.
If you want to go that route, Lynch, what about the Gabby Petito, which was all body cam?
Right. And I think this style of documentary making it's revolutionary, and I think it needs to be done more because it gives an unfiltered, uncensored, firsthand account of the information as it was discovered. And I appreciated the way they framed it. Like halfway through, spoiler alert, this woman killed somebody. The Karen.
It's not my internet. It's not my internet.
What
my
is
internet is running 9. My internet, I don't know, but it's not the internet. Speed test says I got a 928.3 download and a 241.7 upload. So it's not my. It's got to be them. It's got to be their platform. It's not my computer. Everything's running. Diagnostics, everything is running at speed.
StreamYard is fucking
It's not the internet.
Hopefully, StreamYard will get their shit together. Okay. Oh, well, hopefully they get their shit together by 8 o'clock, because we got a lot to talk about. And Herm was right on 2 points and wrong on 1. So we're going to talk about that later. Anyway, the one thing, you guys know how I feel about the term Karen. I'm not a huge fan, but the way that term is used, this woman truly is a Karen.
Well, she was the
back in our day. Yeah, well, right. Back in our day, we were adults. We called her a cunt.
Right. I
But-
was going to say we call them cunts.
Right, but nowadays, you have to be politically correct and everything has to be soft-handed, titty sensitive, whatever. But the kid was that one kid, Isaac, that they interviewed because he happened to run across the lawn to get a ball, and she called the cops. It's like, what the fuck? This kid was just trying to retrieve the ball. They're kids. They're not outside. They're not, shoveling crack. They're not dealing fentanyl. They're not doing meth. They're playing basketball across the street. Guess what? You live in a neighborhood with kids. I look back to my old neighborhood, and we had the run of the entire neighborhood. There was always that one lady, though, and it always comes down to a lady. I'm not pigeonholing. I'm saying this to be truthful for this documentary and for my life experience. There's always that one lady who thinks that everything has to be their way. You have to calm down. You have to do this. Like, bitch, I've been living here longer than you've been here. I've had the run of the neighborhood. I'm doing what I want to do. And we didn't cause problems. But there's always that one lady who had a particular problem. Ryan's in the comment section. I get SNAP benefits and I'm going to depend on the food pantry. I also need to apply for SAGA just to live. Ryan, God bless you. Go find those resources, brother, please. You'll be fine. This will be over hopefully sooner rather than later, but that's another conversation for another time. Good luck to you, brother. Billy Joel is
Look at
suddenly
that
a Broncos
handsome son of a
fan.
bitch.
What's that?
I said, look at that handsome son of a bitch.
I know. Billy Joel is now a Broncos fan.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what it's doing.
I got you. But
Um,
yeah, when you go back to this, and to your point, Lynch, the fact that she called like on several occasions, the kids are loud, the kids are running, the kids are doing this, the kids are doing that. The kids aren't the problem. This lady is the problem.
Well, and see that this also brings up
Well, the kids were just being kids.
Correct.
Well, this brings up two very valid points, and where this could have been addressed. All right, I'm going to say this. This is my point at the end. I think the outcome would have been the same either way. I'm going to start by saying that.
Oh, she was going to shoot somebody one way or the other.
So
that's all there is to that.
the cops at any time after the 4th, 5th, 6th, or how many ever time that she was called, she called them out there to complain about a child running in the street. It had been explained to her numerous times that that's not breaking the law.
Right.
You
They're
have to
just
stop
being
calling.
kids. They're just playing.
They're just
They're
being
not
kids.
violating anything.
When they start breaking the law, call
we'll do
us.
something.
Okay. She could have been charged with abuse of 911. Misuse.
One of the cops.
Yes, and making
And-
false
and
reports.
filing false police reports, wasting police resources, all three of which are actual crimes, statutes,
And-
they're misdemeanors.
And the body cam footage, two instances before the giant incident, the cop said to her, a kid running across your lawn isn't a crime. A kid retrieving a ball isn't a crime.
It
I don't
might
know.
annoy you, but it's not a crime.
He was gone before you knew it. He grabbed the ball, he left. If they cut across your yard as a shortcut, you know what? They're gone. It's over. Let it go.
So
I don't know
that
how
was
many.
the thing. That she didn't have a yard. The rental she had, if you looked at it from
A little
air,
bit of grass in the front and a
in
little
the
bit of
front,
grass in the
and then
back.
everything on the right-hand side of that house was somebody else's property.
Correct, but she claimed it as hers. If you remember in the doc,
And they kept
she said,
telling her, ma'am, this is not yours. They're allowed to do that.
mm-hmm. But that's some of the problem that we have in this society is like, if I say it, it must be true. No, bitch, it's not. And the more you get into these weeds, someone like this woman, and I'll get to her when we get to the part where she gets interrogated and they decide to arrest her. That's where I lost my shit. And Lynch knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, this woman put the bat in batshit crazy. They told her they're not committing any crimes, but they're here. They're doing this. Like Herm said, they're annoying me. Well, unfortunately, ma'am,
Annoyance is not a crime.
Correct. I remember, you know,
If it
I
was,
spoke about,
I'd be serving a life sentence.
or
Me too.
everybody in your neighborhood would be serving a life sentence. I look at my old neighborhood when I was delivering papers, and I cut through so many yards because in order to get to point A to point B, sometimes it was quicker, and nobody said shit except one lady. I don't like you cutting through my yard. Okay, I won't do it anymore. And that's all it took. Just say something. Be nice. Have some fucking common courtesy. But at the end result was she said what she had to say. I stopped cutting through her yard. Bingo bongo. The rest of them, when I cut through yards, nobody cared. Nobody cared.
Well,
As
that's the
long as
same thing. Like when my parents moved into 46 Norman Drive, the kids in the neighborhood, the older teenagers, used to cut through between. If you looked at the house,
Yep.
you remember the
I've
right
seen it in my
side,
head.
on the right side
Yep.
of the house. They used to walk along that property line and head back into the woods.
Down to the
So-
clearing that where
Yeah, well-
everybody used to get and sit and get drunk.
Yeah, and go into the woods and then whatever. But you know, Dad had to tell him, "Hey guys, don't do that no more, please." And they were good, but you know, nobody fucking went out and started smoking people.
Correct.
You know, hey guys, don't do that. You know, if I see the same guy coming through, hey buddy, didn't I tell you that last week?
When I
and
lived in
it
Jewett
ended.
City, and JB in the comment section could tell you, lived at this dead end, and every once a month or two, a bunch of kids would come down to the dead end. Where my house was, there was about another maybe 600-700 feet before it reached the river. There was no
Yep.
bridge, so it was like this really cool dead end. And they would get out there and party. And a couple of times I'd go out there and be like, "Hey guys, I'm trying to sleep. Can you knock it down a notch?" They would for the time being. Then they'd come back. So one night,
the kids.
right? So one night, I went out the back door. I low crawled across the grass. Had my rifle in my arms, so I'm low crawling, keeping the rifle off the ground, and all they heard was chick, and they all turned. Oh, I just knocked my headset off, and I said, "Okay, so basically, I have 6 confirmed kills right now. What's going to happen is you guys are going to leave quietly, and I'm going to sleep and go to work tomorrow, and I'm not going to hear from you again." I didn't threaten anybody. I didn't do shit. I just said, "Hey, this is what just happened." Say his name, Billy Bingham, in the comment section.
No.
And then you could have Lynch's security system that's worried about.
Tell you when the
fucking
clouds
trees.
are moving.
It's not protecting his house. It's teaching this motherfucker science.
I wish, and Lynch, you might have to share that with the Dysfunction crew out there in the interwebs on the page.
The shadows indicate that some nigga is mowing the lawn and a leaf blew across the driveway.
When he sends those things on the daily, it is hilarious. Like, hey, Lynch's Garage Cam, what's the meaning of life? Hey, Lynch's Garage Cam, play Volbeat, Lola Montez, just to see what it would do. But his camera is exactly what we're talking about. It's the Karen. And I hate that term. But eventually, we're halfway through the show right now at 6:40. We can let it go. At one point, there was an altercation, and this woman shot the mother of one of these kids.
Well, yeah, we know from the show that what did she do? Go over to talk? I don't remember, but
yeah, the mother,
so
Alina or whatever her name was, went over to be like, "Hey, look, the kids aren't causing any problems." And that was what her husband said. She was just going over there to be
like to talk.
Yeah, be diplomatic and say, "Look, we're going over here. We're to try to quash this situation. We're help me help you." Basically, to use a Jerry Maguire term, help me help you.
Right. What we don't have is body cam footage for that.
Right, because she knocked on the door. Mega Karen, the final boss, was behind the door. "I'm not opening the door. I'm just here to talk to you." She felt threatened. look,
and shot through a secured, locked door.
sometimes
and shot her.
Right.
One shot.
Right.
sometimes if I deliver food and I go to a door and I knock on the door and they say, "Who is it?" and I tell them who I am, ain't nobody shooting me through a fucking door.
Well,
This
see,
woman
and
just
is
wanted
what-
to try to quell the situation, and Mega Karen decided she's just gonna blast away like she's fucking Cobra.
Well, and
Well,
this,
that's the
this is
thing.
another.
Like, a lot of the gun rules are different depending on where you are. But like, I went yesterday and bought the what do you call it? The armored motorcycle jacket.
Okay.
Found a,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Found a guy online through the marketplace, sent him some messages, went back and forth. All right, let's meet up. Now, it's a $65 jacket. It's worth way more. But when I went to go meet this dude, somebody that I don't know from Adam, I was packing. I was fucking carrying.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you
Absolutely.
were.
I'm not waving it around, but that thing's on me.
Well, see, and this is another point where the police had an opportunity to do more research on her because she is a problem. Let's find
Well, that
out
was
what
the
she's.
other problem is that
and-
because
and-
she was so petulant and
Great word. Great word.
repetitive on making them show up for nothing, they got tired of her too. They didn't even want to talk to her.
Didn't she, and correct me if I'm wrong, at one point when those kids were on her lawn, didn't she take a pair of roller skates that she had in storage and
and, like,
threw the
chucked
roller
them?
skates at the children?
Yes, and they
Well, so-
yes. Well, we didn't see that from body cam footage. We
No, but you
that
saw the
from-
you saw the after photos.
right. We saw the after photos and the stories from the people that saw it happen.
Well, so to give people perspective and timeline where we're at, we know now that Karen shot the young black mother. Okay.
Yes.
That's
She
all we
admitted
know.
it. She had no. Yep,
She had, yeah, I shot her.
I did.
I did it. I
She
shot
came
her.
out.
And I called.
Oh, she
did
was
call
unapologetic.
911.
No, she was. She came out. She turned around. She listened to what they had to say. She
Yeah.
She put her hands together behind her back and fucking walked off.
That's going to lead
Yeah.
into my story and why I think she put the bat in batshit crazy. But we'll go
So-
on. Go ahead.
Oh,
So
it was
from
the
there,
questioning when you really learn she's fucked up.
Don't
So-
don't.
once
I'm not.
once the story start,
Now it
she's
gets
telling.
good.
She told her side of the. She told her side of the story, and her side of the story is, and I think the kids did include this as well. And this woman's son is what broke my heart. I'm telling you that right now. His interview, and
The little
his-
boy.
like
Yes.
40 minutes after she got shot.
When they
How
gave him the
mature-
news, yes.
How
Yes.
mature and together that kid was for like
Well,
11 years old.
The fact
Little Isaac, yeah, little
That he-
Isaac.
that he held it together. Literally, they gave it to him, and he was just like, mhm.
And I started welling up, dude. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, if you go back, Lynch, when I'm watching this
How-
documentary, I'm saying, when does this get to the point where I should be, I should have emotion? And you said, and I quote, what's your minute marker? And I said, 40 minutes and some change. He goes, you got 5 minutes. And sure as shit, 5 minutes later, all hell broke loose.
Yeah. And so her side of the story is that the kid had an iPad. She grabbed the iPad from the kid, slammed the door, went in the house. Now the child has been told, anytime that you have interaction with this crazy bitch,
Go get an adult.
Tell your story to the adult immediately. And that was basically the neighborhood issued order and what the cops agreed upon.
Right. They didn't want the kids dealing with her at all.
Don't let the kids
They were
interact with her.
already afraid of her.
Which was smart. And I give it to the parents for coming up with that. That was very smart on their part. Don't talk to her. Just come get me.
well, that kind of
So he goes to get the mother.
leads
goes to get
back to
Letitia,
what we
the mother.
teach kids in school. Not to stop you, but
No,
what do we teach kids? when somebody does something, you go find an
Get an
adult,
adult.
you tell a teacher, you tell an adult what happened, and then the adult takes care of it. So that's kind of normal
Right.
thinking anyway.
But you would think that would be normal thinking on most people's part.
What's fucked up is they had to apply that thinking to that specific lady
Exactly.
only.
Exactly. Because everybody else in the neighborhood got along. It was just this one woman.
Yep.
So Isaac, the kid, tells the mother, Letitia, she's got my iPad.
Right.
She
She
was
took
screaming
it.
at me.
She took it from me, and it's in her house.
So Letitia got up, walked over, takes 25 seconds to get over there. She pounds on the door real loud. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. Give me my son's iPad back.
Right.
No
They were
response.
recording.
And she knocked again.
They were
Yeah.
recording.
Bang. After the second knock, she shot through a locked fucking door, shot her dead center mass, and fucking killed the woman.
Yes.
Right 15 feet in front of the kid. The kid was standing 15 feet off to the side. She couldn't see what she was shooting at. No windows on the door.
Nope.
Solid
She
door.
could not.
Shot through a locked, secured door. Center of the door, hit her center mass, killed her. Could have hit the kid. Could have hit the fucking kid 15 feet away.
Now, from what the
Yep.
so one of the things in the documentary said is that she bled out before she got to the hospital,
Yeah,
which
she
is
was
why
already
you
dead.
got the news you got the news in 45 minutes.
Yeah, she was dead by the time the ambulance got there.
Absolutely.
They were doing the family a courtesy of trying to keep her alive.
Understood. And that's where
Yeah,
this
and
goes.
Only
ahead,
a
Harm.
doctor.
Only a
Nobody
doctor can
ever
pronounce.
dies in the ambulance.
No,
Nobody's
they
ever died in an ambulance ever.
Die at the
They're
hospital.
either dead at the scene or they're dead on arrival. Nobody's ever
Yep.
died in an ambulance.
Nope.
Technically, as far as the paperwork is concerned.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I got to
So-
do this because I hired this guy, Javier. Where's my beer? Javier. Thank you, young gentleman. Javier was the best hire Dysfunction Junction ever made.
What are we now? Negative 20 bucks.
I might keep him. You don't know. He might be here next week. You don't know.
The
You don't know
opinions
me.
expressed here are strictly those of the person who gave them. They do not necessarily represent the thoughts and feelings of Jabroni Studios or Big Herm Productions.
Says the guy who says nigga every third word. All right,
Yeah,
we're not
but I
going to
gotta
have this
pass.
discussion.
Steve-O Thomas, watch this motherfucking show and tell these niggas that I get the pass, boy.
You get Steve Thomas to watch this show and I'll buy it. All right?
Them motherfuckers love me.
I know they did. But yeah, okay, so we're going to scoot ahead just a little bit. She's in questioning, and for her credit, she told the story and she did what she had to do.
She never fucking pulled a punch. or
Nope,
tried
never
to,
wavered.
Nope. She showed up. I was scared. I started blasting.
Here's where it went south for me. They say, okay, we have enough that we can charge you. We're going to take you to Central Holding. We're going to keep you there. And as they're explaining this, we're going to take you to Central Holding. Arraignment will be on Monday. That's
my
not.
heart.
Nope. It was, I'm not going. Well, ma'am,
Isn't
you really
happening.
don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
I'm not
bitch.
getting up. No, you're not taking me. The entitlement, the nerve on this bitch. Like, no, you're not taking me. It's like, what the fuck? You're here because you
Dude, when
shot
they looked
somebody.
at her and said, ma'am, you can either get up,
The easy way or the hard way,
Or-
right?
we can physically remove you from the room.
He
And she is-
did say that. He did say that.
He said
We
that.
will
He
just
said,
physically
"Look,
pick you
this
up.
is the last time. You can either get the fuck up, or I'm gonna, me and the other guy, we're gonna
Yeah.
physically remove you and make you do this. That's your
JB
option.
JB says, "Hi Javier, keep up the great work." You know what? Thank you, JB, because Javier is the best hire other than Lynch that we've ever had on this show. Maybe
We should
Marsh.
see Javier's face.
You want to see Javier's face?
Yes.
Javier, are you willing to come on camera?
See?
See? All right, come on over.
See?
Come on over, Javier. Javier is going to come on camera. Let me lean this way. This Javier.
That motherfucker
senor.
ain't brown anywhere.
Wait, are you saying all Mexicans are brown? You racist prick?
There's a few in the north that are kind
Well,
of
then
white.
that's my light-skinned Mexican kid,
No,
Javier.
There's
nigga,
one-
I
there's-
see that fucking. No, I
There's not
already
that
saw
there's
the
one-
beard. No, he has too much facial hair to be truly Mexican. To be full-blooded anything other
Who
than
said full blood?
European.
Nobody
Other than
said
you're a
I'm
fucking
4%
pig.
Mexican.
nobody said full blood at no point. I just said I hired a Mexican dude outside the Home
His
Depot.
underwear were made in Mexico, and that's as close as he's got.
Hey, look,
Hecho
don't be
en
mad.
Mexico.
Don't be mad that I hired myself a beer bitch. All right,
As somebody who can call local relatives that are brown as fuck.
Can
I
you
quit.
stand in for me this weekend? I got an appearance.
For real, I can call relatives right now in
Fuck.
town that are brown as fuck.
To paraphrase Matt Walsh, today I am canceled. That does it for the show. Godspeed. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the end of the interrogation. Easy for me to
Yes.
say. And yeah, we're gonna take you in. We're gonna go to Central. No, you're not. I'm not going. I'll be the jumper. Fuck you. I said no. I'll be the jumper. Look at this. It's sand.
It's a
I see that.
Snickers. It's a Snickers.
I'm not going. Well, yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes, ma'am,
This is
you
how this
are.
works. No, I'm not getting up. That bitch was so defiant, and it drove me nuts because, hey, having been someone much like, I don't know if I know Herm has, I don't know about Lynch, who has been arrested before.
Oh, I've been
Best-
locked the fuck out.
No,
you,
But I didn't resist. Like
if
all right, let's
exactly,
go.
that's the point. If you just play the game, it looks better in your favor when all is said and done. When you're in front of the judge, the cop has to give their dissertation to the
Well-
judge when you're in arraignment.
The arrest report has how you went along. He
Correct.
was willing. He was he didn't. Nope. That all comes into play.
Correct. And if you play the game correctly, you win. This woman did none of that. No, I'm not going.
no.
No, I'm not doing this. What, Javier,
yeah,
what are you
first-
showing me?
The first rule is shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
so hold on. Javier is showing me his lineage. He's 90% European, 4% South Asian, 3.5% mixed American, Colombian, Mexican, Peruvian, and Puerto Rican. Dude, I got a DEI hire right here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's a 3%er.
It doesn't matter. He's a percenter. I got me a DEI hire.
Actually, it does. If it's less than an 8, it doesn't count.
An eighth of a percent, or
Yes.
Yo,
He-
for me, in order to be considered Indian by the way that Indians work, it's got to be
An
an 8. Anything
Right,
less
an
than
8.
that, you're not a native.
dude, if you had an eighth right now, I'd be at your house. We'd be smoking together.
Well, there's an ounce in the
Oh.
living room.
Hello.
Shut up,
Hello.
Lynch.
That doesn't work. I can get the mushroom pen.
Not in the urine.
Welcome to Colorado, where
This-
psychedelics are legal.
This belt is pissing me off. Anyway,
Take it
look,
off.
no, because it ruins the costume. You
Oh,
said my
Jesus.
name and I appeared.
You don't have to wear your belt all the time. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
I do. You're lucky I don't have the stretchy pants on.
Ooh, that's sexy.
You saw the Herm. If you can bring up the picture for the folks at home,
It's like
Um,
sausage and
just to piss Lynch off. This woman did everything wrong. Everything.
She did.
I understand. You know, in Florida they have the stand your ground law. She felt in fear. Whether she did or not, it's not for me to judge.
No.
But when they say we're taking you to central processing, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, you're not. I'm not getting out of this chair. You can go fuck yourself. Ma'am, yes, that is our job.
I'm not sure
We're
how
ta-
you know how this works. sweetheart.
Exactly. I said that during the documentary, and I didn't text it to Lynch, but I'm
Literally, I
like,
was like, that's not how that works.
yeah, that's not how any of this works.
She's not going to be happy when they drag
Oh.
her out of there. I literally looked at Jen and was like, she's not going to be fucking happy when they drag her out of there.
I pictured Herm on his couch going, wait a second. Whoa. The old the Beavis gimmick. Yeah, like, no, this is not how this works.
That's not how that works.
You know, even Chris Watt did the perp walk. This woman refused. No, I didn't do anything wrong. The fuck you didn't.
Oh yeah, because she stood
I
on
think
that
a lot of that
stand your ground thing, and she told. Well, first of all, we know that she researched it, so she knew and understood it.
It was on her search engine.
Right.
Yeah,
they
she
knew
lied
that.
about that.
But the fact is, too many people don't know what stand your ground is. And somebody knocking on your door isn't a stand your ground moment.
No, if somebody breaks into your house and starts ransacking your
like
gimmick,
if she was
yes,
like
stand
beating
your
the
ground.
door down and she was saying, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to come in there and kill you. Well, now you can start squeezing.
Well, and that's the other part of the story too, is that is what her version of the story morphed into upon further interrogation. That she was saying, like Tisha,
well, yes, it changed.
Was being violent, acting violent towards her.
I'm
going to kill you. I'm going to kill you, you bitch.
The more she figured out that the woman had to be threatening.
Right. So her story changed to show a threatening stance.
Yes.
Her original story was that she was loud and pounding on the door, and she fudged her timeline about when the shot rang out and what she thought how much time had elapsed between the initial contact with the kid and the gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
She lied and said it was longer. It was 2 minutes total. So she knew she was fucked. And I think her reaction to say, get up, you need to go, I think that was a gut reaction to the gravity of the entire situation, just fucking crushing her. Reality setting in for her. This is a woman who never. This is a woman who's always gotten her way. She's always gotten her way. People have mollycoddled her and just humored her for her entire fucking 60 some odd years of life.
Yep.
Just to not listen to her fucking talk.
And then
I know I work with one.
All right, Lynch, I want you to hear the name I'm about to say, and I really don't care. Jason Criscolo. Another guy who has no grasp on reality, who I just had a conversation with a friend of mine over lunch before I hired Javier. And, to hear the abject failure in his mind to accept reality, that's what this woman was.
Yes,
it's
very much so.
She lived in her own little delusion
bubble. Yep.
In her head. And because people humored her and would just do shit to shut her the fuck up, she thought that when she moved there, because she had a history of this. Again, remember at the very beginning of the documentary, they said this is not the first neighborhood this has happened in with her.
No.
So she pushes her way around, becomes the neighborhood bully, and ends up fucking just wrecking chaos for no fucking reason other than she's fucking crazy.
Well, at this point, to your description, not only does she wreak chaos on this neighborhood, now she's robbed 4 children and a husband. Let's give a lot of credit where credit is due.
And a mother.
A nuclear family, a husband, 4 kids, and the mother was living with them. You're correct. Now have to deal with the loss of this woman. Why? Because you I'm throwing the air quotes up because it has to come up. You felt threatened. Well, bitch, if you didn't steal this kid's iPad, if you didn't terrorize these children for just being children, you know what? If I had a lawn, I live in an apartment complex. If I had a lawn and there were kids running around, I might stand at the window like a creeper and watch them play because, God damn it, it's cool to see kids outside playing. They're being kids. I would revel in it. I put up a post on Facebook a year ago where I was driving through Cromwell when I was on the road for Ace Hardware, and I saw a bunch of kids just out running around being kids. I'm like, God damn, that's a beautiful fucking sight. It's gorgeous because it doesn't happen anymore because they're either stuck to a screen, whether it's television or an iPad or a tablet or whatever, and they're watching Bluey and all this other bullshit. They're not
That's the
doing
kids
what
next
we
door.
did. Say again, Herm.
That's the kids next door. Brandon and his wife have like 3 or 4 lovely kids. They play basketball, football, ride their bikes. They don't really play much with other kids. They play with them. I mean, it's 4 kids.
Did you just say they play with themselves?
Yes,
They do.
Herm?
they do.
Herm?
They
Not
can't
that
even
way, you
fucking
perv.
walk.
You're the one
They
hiring
play with
Mexicans. And
themselves. They don't really play with other kids.
That's a
There's
really great
4 of
point,
them.
Lynch. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Herm.
There's 4 of them. So there's 2 older ones, 2 younger ones. They kind of do their thing. They coach each other.
They play with themselves.
Yeah, they play with themselves,
That's
not
on
with other
Tuesdays.
kids. Amongst themselves.
during the show
Within
outside
Thank
the
you.
window.
Family
Amongst
unit.
During the show outside the
themselves.
window.
You fucking cunt. I cannot.
During the show
Continue,
outside the
please.
window.
Please. I can't.
Hold on, I'm
fucking
gonna
waiting.
watch them right now.
Uh-oh.
No, they play basketball and football. Bro, there's always a kid chasing a basketball, and the security system is telling me that there's a person. But
That's
I know
fine.
on
At least
that
it's not
side-
telling you the leaves are moving east to west in your driveway.
Nah, my shit's not neurotic. It's on point.
Lynch has Karen Cam.
I was gonna say Lynch has like fucking Velma security system.
Well,
You
there's,
know,
He doesn't have Simply Safe. He has Karen Safe.
No, he
there's
definitely
2 kids in my neighborhood.
doesn't have Vivid. I'm just saying.
Lynch,
There's 2
please.
kids that live right on the road. That
They live on the
they're
road. They have no home. They just
no,
live
they,
on
but
the
they live on
curb.
the. Their house
They're
is
Haitian.
very close.
The Haitian.
Is very close to the road.
Oh,
And it's a,
Javier, go
it's the-
help those kids out.
Javier, go upstairs and help the
Bill-
kids out.
build
Si,
them
senor.
kids a house. Build them kids a house.
Go build them
No,
their
but-
kids a house, Jesus.
I have a feeling
first-
Javier is going to quit after this week.
It's the first house on the left you see when you pull into Allison's Way.
Okay.
See, I would have appreciated if you'd have just
and-
called them Franklin G. Franklin.
No, there's only one Franklin G. Franklin with the
Yeah.
largest head in history.
A
Gotta go,
7 head.
fellas. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Later, Ryan.
See you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Later,
Thank
Ryan.
you for chiming in. Much appreciated.
But from the time we've moved in up until now, every day after school, the kids are tossing a football around, or they're playing with football, or they're playing basketball. And I've watched these kids grow up in 10 years. You know, they were like 4 and 5. Now they're, in high school for Christ's sakes. They're monsters. But the parents always encourage them, be outside.
Of
They
course.
live in the outdoor pool during the summer. I mean, that's great. I love seeing that shit. I love seeing kids being outside, especially today. Touch grass once in a while, kids. It's fun.
And that leads into something that, will tie into this documentary. I'm not quite sure we're finished talking about this documentary, but I always told my daughter when she was little, like, oh, I want to do this. I want to get on the iPad. I want to watch TV. I'm like, let's go out and ride a bike. Let's go out and, walk. There was a really great trail in Brooklyn down by the river. Let's go walk the trail. Let's go see nature. Let's do things. My thing was, you can collect all the stuff you want, and the strawberry shortcake gimmick I buy you at 4 is not going to translate to you at 14. Let's create memories, whether
Right.
it was Six Flags or, concerts or, the walk down the nature trail in Brooklyn or Mohegan Park. She loves Mohegan Park to this day. When I go up there, it's
Imagine,
always
wait,
go ahead.
imagine being able to have a time machine and take her back to the Mohegan Park and the zoo that we went to.
Where
when
we taught the
we-
parrot how to cuss.
No. When we were kids, like when we were
Oh.
7 or 8, like that zoo, like when it was Remember all the animals?
Oh
Remember-
yeah,
Yeah, the monkeys that threw the shit.
the
Yeah.
goats, the
That-
monkey house, the snakes. Oh God,
Yeah.
Herm and I. For those of you out there who don't know, we would go and park next to the macaw and the parrot cage late at night. There may or may not have been beer involved. Get off me.
And we just yelled slurs
Cuss
and
words.
horrible shit at the parrots and shit in there.
Until one day, a cop friend. I don't want to mention his name, but his initials might be John.
I was gonna say, John,
Pulled up and saw us there. What are you
what the
guys
fuck
doing?
are you doing?
We're just chilling. All right, cool. 2 days later, there's complaints from Mohegan Park Zoo that the parrot and the macaw are cussing at children. And John lived next door to us. So
I
he
have
comes
no
over,
idea.
knocks
that
on the door, and
happened.
he goes, "Did you teach the parrot how to cuss?"
You guys know anything about the birds at the zoo swearing and shit?
I have no
No,
idea.
sir.
We were just
I
there
have
having a
no
six-pack.
idea
We're
what you're
good.
talking about. No, sir. Nope, that wasn't us.
But the beauty is,
We
2
were just there
days,
watching the neighbors' kids play with themselves.
well, that's Herm, not me. While we're
Sometimes I have to
doing this,
skip it. Fucking
while
put that as a, Herm, what do? I stand there and watch the neighbors' kids play with themselves. Somebody cut that.
2 days later,
Turn me in.
2 days later, Herm, myself, his wife at the time, and the 1.5, almost 2-year-old go to Mohegan Park Zoo, and there's the macaw and the parrot. Fuck you, eat shit. And everybody's looking, and Herm and I are biting our lips, trying not to laugh because we know
We did that.
we did that.
It's like
That's my
a,
work.
it's like a little
My work
gift.
up there.
Your chest rises a little bit, like my work is done here.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
A little
If
piece
only
of me
we
in
could
the
have
zoo.
if we could have taught the goats to cuss, we'd have done it.
Fuck you talking to? All right.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Auntie, I love you.
It's near the new McDonald's.
No, she's talking to my aunt, who's
Oh,
brown
okay.
as fuck.
Is she near the new McDonald's?
No, she's about 1,900 miles away from the new McDonald's.
All right,
She's
fair
only
enough.
a mile away from me, though.
Oh, well, that helps. Which
Not
makes
doing
her
well. We got to take care of her.
1,901 miles away from the new McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ah.
baby.
But yeah, look, getting outside and doing things and being a kid, I love it. When I see kids outside playing in Taffel, when I'm on my way to the restaurant, I see kids at that basketball court next to the firehouse across the street from Aquanic School. They're out there playing basketball. I'm like, God damn, thank you. Thank you for restoring my faith.
Dude, how much trouble did
Uh-oh.
we get in?
Is this a trick question?
No, just how many times did a cop show up and not really hassle us, but kind of have to do their job?
Ask
'Cause,
us questions.
well, we had a tendency to get together as a group and play fucking basketball in 1 a.m.
Yep.
So
I'll do you one better.
cops see a group of kids on a fucking court at 1 a.m, 2 o'clock in the morning, they got to stop. But
Yeah, we work nights. We get out at midnight. We're playing basketball. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not
us,
drinking.
a
We're not
bunch of
drugging.
girls, we're hanging out. There might be
Yeah.
a radio playing from a car. Not loud, just enough to hear it. But you know,
I'll do
cops got to check it out.
I'll do you one better. Sitting on you remember the porch on East Main Street, which was
Yeah,
which
I
was
gonna
the
say it
lower
the roof. It was the
the
roof
roof of the lower
of the
tenants.
foyer of the lower apartment. We used to fall asleep out there.
Yep, Lynch. Just to give you some context, I shared an apartment with a girlfriend on East Main Street in Norwich, and
Across
we
from
would
Sugalo's,
yep, we would
Okay.
we would crawl out of the
the
window.
greenhouse.
Yes, and
Mhm.
we'd
I know
sit
exactly what
on
you're
the
talking
roof.
about.
Yep, we'd sit on the roof, drink beer. Sometimes there was a little weed involved. It was always just quiet. It was chill.
Yell
But a
at the
cop
cop.
would pull up and shine the light. And because my dad was a cop, everybody knew who I was. Like, what are you doing up there? Just chilling. All right,
Drinking.
keep it down. And they drive away. That's what this woman in this documentary kind of missed. kids are going to be kids. But now in 2025, and when this happened in 2023/2024, we're in a new era. And the era is just stay in your house. Everybody stays secluded. Do your own shit. And that's where this woman went wrong, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, like, look, I'm 52 years old.
You're old as fuck.
I like to stay in my house. I like to stay on my property. But I also like to see a neighborhood with, I don't know, like,
Javier, get yourself something
movement, to eat. You know, people doing
Javier,
shit.
eat something. Eat something. Javier, eat something.
Si, senor.
I'll say for the most part, almost every house that has kids in my neighborhood, this little neighborhood, they're always outside. Like when I come home from work, the little girls are playing basketball in the cul-de-sac, and they always see me. They wave.
I have a neighborhood where most of the people that live here are older and kind of retired. Like, it's a nice neighborhood. So not a lot of families with 3-4 kids can live here and buy a house here.
Right.
So there's a few, but I totally wish that there was way more kids in this neighborhood just to hear them around. Look, I spent a shitload of light. I decorate my garage, but I'm not going to get 6 fucking trick-or-treaters. Bro, I'm the guy that if they'd come to my house to get full-size bars, I'd spend $400 on fucking Halloween. You know what I mean? Like, that's, I want to be that house. Yo, the cool old guy down the street give out full-size bars.
The fat fuck that looks like Billy Joel gives away full-size Twix. Let's go.
Yo, the coolest house in the neighborhood also gives out the best candy. Fuck off.
In Lisbon.
There's 3 trick-or-treaters.
Since it's Halloween, there is a neighborhood in Lisbon off Sergeant's Way. It's called Strawberry Fields. And when Emma was little, the girl I was dating
That's
said,
the name
you
of
gotta
the weed store here.
Is it really? Said, when we take Emma trick-or-treating, we have to go to this area. And Emma cleaned up. I mean, she had so much candy. It was the next Halloween before she was done.
Oh, we used to do that when Trav and Brenton were little. There was certain neighborhoods you go to.
Yeah.
And if you spend an hour in that neighborhood, you bring home like 3 pillowcases.
Yeah. And Emma knew the candy I liked. That was dad tax. If you got 3 Musketeers or Twix, those go to dad. Everything else goes to you. So you pray that you don't get a lot of Twix or 3 Musketeers. But some of these houses.
Oh, see, now we had a different route. I didn't like anything specific. I wanted to be able to just go into your candy and grab one now and then.
Some of these,
that was the tax.
The stuff I liked, Emma didn't like, which was 3 Musketeers and Twix. So I got all of it.
I love it, 3 Musketeers.
So do I. So light and airy. It's so beautiful.
I literally eat it. I eat the chocolate.
Herm, some of these houses, when you show up, the kids get like a butt ton of candy. Like they would take a handful out of this barrel and throw it in the kid's gimmick. And the guy would look at you and goes, "What are you drinking?" "What do you mean?" "Well, I got nips of Jack Daniels, Crown Royal, this and that." They would give away nips to the adults. And I was like, I'm coming here. I'll go back to that neighborhood this fucking weekend if I could, and I'll just go trick-or-treating myself. I'll have a Miller Lite and a Crown Royal and a this.
Do spiked or not spiked hot cider, mulled, and donuts for the adults.
With your hair, you got yourself another built-in costume, Chris.
What do you mean?
You could be Fat Eminem.
I already got my idea for next year, and it involves hair dye. I'll share it when we go off the air. Javier, I need a beer, bro. Javier.
Sir, senor.
Thank you very much. See that? hire a Mexican. I'm getting canceled next week. This is all there is to it. Thank you, Javier. Gracias, as they say in your country.
Si.
As they say in Mexispanish.
Yeah, right. In Mexispanish.
In Mexicant.
While Herm's yelling at the kids playing on his lawn. Go ahead, Lynch.
But anyway, back to the documentary. Yes.
She
really showed who she really was. And at sentencing and then at the trial read for her sentencing.
Yeah, her statement was a little weird. You know,
Yeah.
she did apologize for shooting the young lady, but she made that impact statement after the family spoke. She made it sound like I had to do it. No, you didn't.
She didn't understand. There was her version of what was fear.
Right. And my question to you, because you and I watch a lot of documentaries and you and I go back and forth privately, not so much on the group chat, but privately. Do you think this woman was at the early stages of dementia?
I think there were some other could be other underlying issues, because certain forms of mental disability, paranoia, and like that kind of heightened awareness could be a schizophrenic tendency.
Oh yeah, because I remember when my grandmother, God rest her, Herm knows my knew my grandmother. She swore up and down. I gave her a phone that had a built-in answering machine.
Yeah, I remember you
told
telling
the
us that story
before. Yeah, and she
She had a
thought
phone with a built-in answering machine.
she was like, somebody's watching me, Chris. I'm like, no, Grandma, you push this button. Those are your messages. No. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's trying to. Graham, no, please. I don't want the vein in my forehead to pop out. No, watch. You push this button and you hold the phone up, and they'll be like, "Hi, Mom. It's Roberta, my mother. I'm gonna stop by Tuesday at 4. Just wanted to let you know. Love you. Bye." I'm like, see. That's what happens when you push this button. No, Chris, they're watching me. Who's they? When you get to a particular, go ahead, please.
I put a lot of thought into her, but because it's funny you asked that question. Like, what could have caused her to be like that? And I think she had
that attack.
I think she had been attacked in the past.
No, I'm serious.
I agree.
Let me finish.
She had PTSD.
Exactly. She had been attacked in the past and either wasn't taken seriously, which is where I'm kind of leaning, and it got so fucking internalized that, and one of those things, she kept reliving it and reliving it and reliving it. And maybe the kids were a trigger.
Like a dog that doesn't like loud noises. Walter.
Right.
Walter.
The freak out is fireworks. Nothing's going on. The house is relatively calm. It's just these noises. And the noises trigger him into alert mode. And this nigga is on point.
There he is.
So I think that's it. I believe she had PTSD from this attack that I think actually happened to her. I think she was actually attacked.
Yep.
PTSD.
Me too.
And then for the rest of her life, however long ago that was, it was never very specific as to when she was attacked.
Nope.
She only mentions it in passing, unrelated to any of the interactions with her neighbors. This is completely unrelated. That's why I think that plays a big part in what happened. She lives with this for how many every years up until now. So she's always has that heightened sense of awareness. So she's always on the defense. And people who live like that, that's their reaction. They keep away from me and out of my space.
But do you think for 1 second,
it's not about the action, it's about the encroachment of space.
But do you think that maybe, just maybe, the early onset dementia, or maybe a touch of the Alzheimer's? Because I know my grandmother, Alzheimer's, my grandfather, Alzheimer's.
Well,
I've told you the story of sitting with my grandfather and having a great conversation about baseball, and he looks at me dead in my eye and says, "You know what? I think you'd get along great with my grandson, Chris."
No, I honestly don't think there was any early onset anything. That was.
You think
PTSD.
she was just entitled bitch Jones?
There were numerous signs that it was.
That was
PTSD.
all trauma response.
It was all trauma response. That
Okay,
was
fair.
complete PTSD. So I truly believe that she was attacked. And I don't know if there was a resolution that allowed for closure. So that allows for the PTSD to just flourish and fucking
makes
grow
sense.
like a weed.
That makes a lot
You
of
got to
sense.
think of how you have to think about how old this woman is.
Right,
She's
and we don't know.
like,
we
she's
don't know when it
61 or
happened.
62 years old.
Yeah.
So that's where her age comes into part. If she's 61 now, let's say she was 20 or 18 and she was either physically assaulted,
Maybe she
sexually
was
assaulted.
40.
Maybe
We
she
don't
was
know.
last
Doesn't
week.
We
You
don't
know,
know about
I'm
a
just saying.
husband. We don't know
I'm
about
just-
a husband
No,
of
I'm
any
just
kind.
saying.
if she was married, that man should be nominated for sainthood.
My entire point of bringing up her age is in the last 20 years, those type of assaults are taken much more seriously than they were years prior.
Yes.
Correct.
Then 40 years
So
ago. Yup.
she probably reported it and it got blown off.
Slut
Because
shaming
that does
a big thing.
that unfortunately
then.
happened a lot. That happened
to
a
a
lot. and
degree.
It's very
Well,
fucking
you know, you
shitty
were
that it
wearing a
happened.
short skirt. All
Exactly.
of that. It was bad.
Oh, that mean I needed to get raped?
You know.
Well, that that's how it was.
I'm going to tell you this: those boots I have upstairs from the Joe Hendry costume, I could get a little mini skirt. I could go as Nancy Sinatra next year and
Oh,
do the
fuck.
boots are made for walking.
You with a chainsaw.
I mean, it's not right, but
Wow,
that's how
Lynch, thank you.
that kind of crime and assault was treated 40 years ago.
Exactly. But nobody
So if
knows
you look at it-
when this trauma happened to her because she
Because
never
it-
really enunciated it.
It's irrelevant, but it's just if you look at it from that perspective, it's sad on either side of the story.
Fair point. Fair point. All right, we got 7 minutes to go.
You know how
I gotta.
You know how I like to deep dive into shit like that.
I know, and that's why I love. No offense to the group chat, but there are some things you chat privately with Herm. I chat privately with Herm. You chat privately with me. Marsh can go fuck himself. We love you, Marsh. Hope you come back next week because I have an idea. When you and I, especially Lynch, over the last 20, 25 years, we see things like this and we are so ingrained in the minutia, the details. Like, did you see this part? No, I didn't. Did you see this part? No, I didn't. And we are bouncing shit back and forth with each other. My biggest question through all of this was, when did that trauma, that attack on her happen? Because she never really enunciated when this particular attack happened. And if it did fuck her up, and it was a catalyst for what happened with her shooting what's her nuts. I don't want to disparage the dead, but I can't remember her name. They called her AJ. Yeah, they called her AJ. I don't know why, because like you said, her name was
The mama
Letitia
four.
something or other. Yeah, the young mother, let's say. There was nothing that really told the story of why. It was just, I did it. That's it. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, the way it's portrayed is that it was
Well, the whole
first
why
interaction.
was stand your
It was
ground.
the first interaction where the cops interviewed the mother.
Yep.
That ended up dead because that was based on an interaction with her kid, which whole started this. You come get me. Anytime she gives you a problem, you come talk to me.
Right.
Yep.
And the Karen was upset that the black girl didn't get in trouble for anything because she was putting spin on anything anybody said. So she's not a reliable witness. And I think she has, in her mind, she has to lie to make it sound more believable so people actually listen to her. So she makes it grander than it actually is.
Understood.
People have done it. I mean, and in her mind, she didn't do anything wrong. As fucked up as that sounds, there are people that think shit like that.
Well,
It's sad.
that's where perception comes down to play.
Mm-hmm.
There's your point of view. There's your front porch. There's my front porch, and then there's the the story in the middle.
Well, it's a three
Right.
sides to every story campaign. There's your story, there's my story, and
And
somewhere
there's
in the
the
middle
story.
is the truth. Yes. So I don't think I honestly don't think we're ever going to know the truth of what happened on that day. But this documentary was a mind fuck. And if you like a slow burn, this is for you. For one, I'm not a fan of the slow burn. And I texted Lynch 40 minutes in. When does this get good? He's like, "Where are you?" 39 minutes and 59 seconds. He goes,
See, I
"You
thought
got
it
you got 5
got
minutes.
good
Go."
right from the start.
Not me.
I see. I was immediately engaged because I watch
Immediately,
a lot of those.
because
I watch a lot of body cam videos.
I was going to say it's all body cam footage. There's no editing other than like cutting it, but it is what it is. It's not manipulated. It's
No,
the truth
right.
with
It's-
a
it's-
completely unbiased camera point of view. It's just body cam footage
It's the first person perspective of
of
the story
everything.
as it unfolds in somewhat real time.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that shit.
Yeah. And
I mean,
recordable time.
Right. And I've watched, there's a bunch of channels out there. There's a EWU channel. Explore With Us does a lot of body cam. They'll reconstruct a murder through body cams. And it's any cop who was there, it's all edited from their perspective, each different perspective, and like shows the entire scene. It's really, really fucking good.
Right.
See, I love that shit. But I can understand like your point of view, Burns, because if you're not used to watching that, or you're like, oh my God, please get there.
Yep.
It's when it gets there is that's the kind of documentary this is. You either love it from the first minute or it gets you halfway through. And
Yeah,
halfway
for
through
me,
is where most
like
people
Or you don't really
Don't.
engage until the mom
Yeah.
gets shot.
if
Yeah.
you don't know the story, like with Chris Watt or Gabby Petito, or I'll just throw it. They just did another documentary about John Wayne Gacy.
Mhm.
You know the story, so you're already ingrained. If this is something I've never heard before, you have to grip me in the first 5 minutes, or I start to get disengaged. So, like I said to you, this better get good. When is it going to get good? Why am I still sitting here 35 minutes in and you're like, give it 5 more minutes? And I'm like, fuck. This woman put the bat in batshit crazy. It was that quick from that 39-minute mark where I'm watching and I'm texting you and I was like, this is bullshit. Why am I watching this? Where are you?
Because the 39 to 42 minutes
Well,
is-
again,
is all
hindsight.
data. It's
Hindsight.
all data.
Exactly.
And then when she gets shot and they bring her in, you're like, huh.
Hindsight being what it is, if I were to watch this and I knew the story, I wouldn't care how long it took to get to the climax. What bothered me is I knew nothing about this story, and I thought to myself, I've just wasted 40 minutes where I could be doing anything else. I could be taking a walk. I could be folding laundry. Hell, I could be jerking off if I needed to. What am I doing here? And then Lynch said, where are you? Give it 5 more minutes. And then it all exploded. So from minute 39, right, from minute 39 to minute 95, that 60 minutes told everything I needed to know. And it was beautiful.
I had only heard the names. I didn't remember the story, so I didn't know much going in either.
And when I texted you when they first said Marion County, I'm like, Lynch, I used to live in Marion County. I could tell you where this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But I like finding shit like that by accident to watch. And
Next
recommend
week.
it to you guys.
Next week, let's make something fun happen. Post Halloween, my hair will be back to normal. I'll be wearing a hat like usual. This is the first time I've done the show without a hat in 3 seasons. So, and it'll be the first time ever I've done Speedway without a hat. Next week, I'm bringing it up now. Let's go to the hat.
There we go. I haven't done that in a while.
Questions from the hat. If you've never been a part of Questions from the Hat, here's how it works. That Herm just put on his hat. Here's how Questions from the Hat works. Every member of the panel, myself, Lynch, Herm, and Matt Marsh, if he's here, write up 5 questions. They could be as ridiculous as you want them to be. Nobody knows what those questions are except the guy writing them, and we have to answer honestly. If we get through all 20 questions, great. If not, save them for the next round. It's quarterly, and by my research, we haven't done this since July, so we're due for Questions from the Hat.
Yeah.
Andy, you
I
out
agree.
there, and you, Javier, if you can learn to speak English sometimes, you can ask questions in the comment section, and we'll answer them.
You gonna be all right over there, Hiccup McGee?
Yeah, I got the hiccups. I don't understand it. Mango
Would you rather
habanero.
have, when you orgasmed, have one sperm the size of a tadpole come out, or would you rather all of them come out like they normally do, but every one of them has a voice?
I'm going to have a prop next week. Now that you say that, I'm going to have a prop next week.
Just saying.
Please write that down and make that be one of your questions, because I have a prop that I'm going to buy. I'm going to drop the $5.99. I went to my local packy, and there was a gimmick on the
right now.
There was a gimmick on the counter. I'm like, people actually buy this? And she goes, oh, this is one of our most popular items. I'm like, okay, cool. I wouldn't buy it, but now I'm going to buy it simply for Questions from the Hat.
Was it the happy sperm?
Yes, it was. The
You know,
Bailey's Bailey's
happy
gimmick, happy sperm bullshit. Yes.
I have a happy sperm.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I
No,
can
we
hear you.
can't hear you.
Okay. Okay.
I got to take Javier out for a walk so he can do Speedway
Ooh.
review. He needs to. I got to take him to the tree. I won't let him use the bathroom here. So next week, Questions from the Hat. Hopefully, Marsh will be back.
These?
No, he's a good Mexican. He doesn't need
Oh,
chains.
all right. I'm just saying.
Now you're canceled too. What did JB say? I can't read. One tadpole, no sperm. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Never
it's the size
mind.
of a tadpole, dude. That thing's coming out like this. I don't know, like, looking like a butt plug.
I'm just happy.
saying.
I'm just happy that the one smart sperm I ever had created a very smart, hardworking daughter, and my God, I'm so proud of her. I can't
I
say
make
enough.
beautiful children. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that.
you made 2 beautiful children, and
Three of them. All three
Well-
of them motherfuckers are good looking. They
well,
all
you
three
said
are.
beautiful. I didn't say good looking. Beautiful. You have
Well,
2 beautiful
beautiful is
children
about-
and Travis.
Beautiful isn't necessarily just looks. I made 3 beautiful sons.
I will
Okay.
say this out loud in front of people. You know how I feel about Brenton, my daughter's future husband. You know how I feel about Mikey. But if there was ever a kid, if you ever did one thing in your life that was superior, Brenton's going to be the president someday. And when he does, he's going to overtake Trav. Trav is the king.
Yep. I made 3 awesome kids. That's my claim to fame.
Yes, you did. And Lynch has put more kids in the toilet jerking off than anyone
I think-
else ever.
I think there's some children on here. I don't know. I
Oh,
couldn't tell you.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Lynch, when I bring you your hat, I'll also bring you your school picture of your goddaughter.
Oh, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Please, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
Whoa.
girls, this is it for us. We are out. If you're a race fan, join in on the Speedway Review at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're talking all things Martinsville, and I might do a little dance when we talk about the Cup Series. Not set in
Okay.
stone, but
Do a little
this is the
jig.
part. This is the part where we say good night, good dreams, good vibes. And are we going to get music, or is this
I'm gonna
just where
try
we
it.
just?
Fuck it.
All right, here we go. Good night.
Sleep soundly in your beds tonight. Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moments of a dying world, what have you become?
having hearing problems.
Javier, put your pants on. You're not supposed to be jerking off while we're recording. Damn it, boy.
Well,
Fuck.
wait. I wouldn't mind standing at the window and watching that too.
Sorry, sir.
Just
Well,
like
I've
the
heard
kids-
that. I've heard that about you.
I like to watch the kids next door play with themselves. Maybe Javier would be a fun time.
Oh my God.
Good
Wow.
night, ladies and gentlemen.
Butt plugs
Happy
all
Hallow-
around.
Happy Halloween, people.
Happy fucking Halloween!
Yeah, baby. I'm Batman.